Welcome to Omasae, where even the smallest garden can bloom with imagination. Today, we're diving into the timeless beauty of driftwood, a material shaped by nature and full of rustic character. Whether you're living in a cozy cottage, a small urban home, or simply want to make your outdoor space feel more inviting, driftwood is a wonderfully versatile element that adds warmth, texture, and meaning to any setting. In this video, you'll discover how this naturally aged wood can be transformed into simple yet stunning garden accents that speak to both the soul and the senses. We'll walk you through ideas that are perfect for compact spaces, from decorative driftwood arrangements to functional pieces that blend form and function. You don't need a massive yard to make a visual impact. With the right touches, even a narrow patio or tiny courtyard can feel like a rustic retreat. So, if you love creative decor and want to bring nature's poetry into your outdoor sanctuary, this video is for you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoy charming DIY ideas. Subscribe to Omasae for more inspiring home and garden content. And let us know in the comments how you'd use driftwood in your own space. Even if you're new to DIY, these ideas are accessible and forgiving, making them great for beginners. Driftwood doesn't demand perfection, it rewards imagination. And in a time when many seek calm and connection with nature, there's nothing quite as grounding as designing with a material shaped entirely by the elements. Sometimes it's the little details that make a garden feel alive, and driftwood is perfect for crafting those subtle yet meaningful touches. Use small branches to make decorative frames for garden quotes, or carve them with simple patterns for a personal flourish. A few miniature driftwood signs with hand-painted labels like grow, breathe, or pause can add poetic rhythm to your garden layout. You can also wrap twine around pieces and add dried herbs, lavender bundles, or charms to create rustic garden talismans. Place them in planters or hang them beside doorways for a touch of personality that guests will notice. If you enjoy fairy gardens or storytelling displays, driftwood can be used as a bridge, ladder, or archway element, adding a hint of whimsy and imagination. And for those who enjoy seasonal decor, driftwood is wonderfully neutral. It pairs just as well with pumpkins and mums in fall as it does with seashells and lanterns in summer. The beauty of driftwood is that it can be anything: a backdrop, a detail, a centerpiece. And in small gardens, where every piece counts, that versatility is gold. You can also use driftwood to mount house numbers, small mailboxes, or welcome signs for a cohesive outdoor entry. Personalize with initials, family names, or dates to turn it into a keepsake. It's these intimate, handcrafted additions that make a space feel truly lived in and loved. If driftwood has a soulmate, it's stone. These two materials, both timeless, textured, and formed by the elements, create a deeply grounded aesthetic when paired together. Try laying driftwood against a backdrop of smooth river rocks, or use it to edge a bed filled with pebbles, gravel, or slate. The contrast between the warm tones of aged wood and the cool hues of stone creates visual depth and harmony, ideal for small garden compositions. You can even create mini Zen garden areas by combining driftwood with sand, moss, and a few carefully placed boulders. For a more functional twist, use driftwood logs as stepping paths across a stone patio, or create a rustic bench using a thick driftwood slab resting on two stacked stone bases. This pairing not only enhances the rustic vibe, but also provides durability and structure. It's especially appealing in shaded areas or under trees, where the materials echo the quiet strength of the surrounding landscape. This style speaks to those who appreciate balance, grounding energy, and the art of simplicity. And in small gardens, that's everything. Want to add color? Tuck small flowering plants between the driftwood and stones. Looking for sound? Add a bubbling water feature for a tranquil pairing that touches all the senses. The result is a peaceful garden nook that feels like it's been there forever. When floor space is limited, vertical design becomes your best friend, and driftwood is a natural fit for hanging decor. By suspending pieces from walls, fences, or pergolas, you can create rustic mobiles, wall hangings, or light-catching art that adds movement and texture without taking up precious ground. A few slim pieces of driftwood tied together with twine can become a charming ladder-style hanging, perfect for displaying air plants or seasonal decorations. You can also string smaller pieces together with beads, shells, or vintage keys for a whimsical wind chime or sun catcher. Add bits of lace, linen, or dried flowers for a softer, cottagecore vibe. These hanging creations sway gently in the breeze, adding rhythm and life to even the smallest patio or porch. For a more structured look, try mounting a horizontal driftwood branch and attaching small mason jars or clay pots with wire, perfect for herbs or succulents. The end result is a display that feels both grounded and elevated, inviting the eye to wander and the heart to pause. And because these projects are so customizable, they also make thoughtful gifts or seasonal pieces you can rotate throughout the year. Incorporate soft fairy lights or dried seed pods to reflect seasonal changes. Driftwood's neutral tone makes it the perfect backdrop for whatever mood you're crafting, be it festive, spiritual, or simply serene. Why buy new when you can grow with what nature provides? Driftwood can be transformed into one-of-a-kind planters that feel both sculptural and soulful. If you find a hollowed-out piece or a large branch with natural nooks, you're halfway there. Add a bit of moss, soil, and succulents, and you've created a container that looks like it grew right out of the earth. These rustic planters are especially lovely in Zen-inspired or woodland-themed gardens. Where they blend seamlessly with stone, foliage, and other natural materials. For added drama, place them at the edge of a gravel path or near a seating nook where their texture can be fully appreciated. You can also use driftwood pieces as edging for raised beds or to frame a small vertical garden. Great for those working with balconies or tiny courtyards. Want to go even smaller? Use flat pieces as platforms for potted plants, giving your arrangement a layered, intentional feel. Each piece of driftwood tells its own story. And when used as a planter, it not only holds life, but becomes a part of it. It's nature helping nurture nature, and that's the kind of beauty that lasts. Try mixing driftwood with other organic planters like coconut husks or bark to vary texture. You can also secure driftwood on a tray for a portable centerpiece that can be moved with the seasons. This idea works beautifully indoors too, especially in sunrooms or kitchens with a garden view. One of the most captivating ways to use driftwood in a garden is simply to let it be itself. Think of each piece as a natural sculpture, already weathered, twisted, and textured by wind and water. Rather than altering its form, highlight its organic shape by placing it in a focal point of your garden bed, nestled among grasses, succulents, or rocks. Even a single curved branch, when positioned thoughtfully, can create a quiet sense of drama. These sculptural displays are particularly effective in small spaces because they don't require planting or watering, just a good eye for composition. A tall, gnarled piece placed vertically can draw the eye upward, adding height to a narrow area, while a flatter piece laid across gravel or moss can act as a gentle divider or accent. You can lean driftwood against a fence, mount it on a wall, or position it in a ceramic pot filled with pebbles. The key is to let the grain, curves, and age marks guide your placement. What's beautiful about driftwood is that it doesn't shout, it whispers. It brings presence and personality to a garden without overwhelming it, making it perfect for creating that rustic, lived-in look we all adore. If you want a meditative atmosphere, choose smoother driftwood with flowing lines. For something bolder, opt for dramatic, rugged pieces with knots and bark. Either way, each sculpture feels timeless, like it's always belonged. We hope this video sparked your imagination and showed you just how powerful simple, natural materials can be, especially when you're working with limited space. Driftwood brings history, texture, and authenticity to a garden. It's not just a piece of wood. It's a fragment of a story, softened by time and sea, now given new purpose in your hands. Whether you're creating a focal sculpture, a hanging feature, or a humble planter, you're adding layers of soul to your space. And the best part? You don't need fancy tools or a big budget, just a bit of driftwood, a quiet afternoon, and your unique creative spirit. We'd love to hear how you plan to use driftwood in your garden, or if you've already made a piece you're proud of, tell us about it in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into rustic decor and want more ideas for small space gardening, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Omasae, and tap the bell so you never miss a chance to grow your inspiration. Until next time, may your garden be full of charm, calm, and character. And remember, creativity isn't about perfection, it's about expression. Every knot and twist in the wood adds a layer of meaning, just like every season adds depth to your garden. Keep creating, keep imagining, and let your garden be the canvas where your heart finds its roots.